All right, and that's just in time for an ad, so...
Ahem.
Dr. Lau, you have a visitor.
What's this, hopefully we can get through this dialogue first, but...
Dr. Lau.
Hello? And you are...
Surely you recognize him.
Okay, there we go. We have a choice. We don't recognize the guy, but anyway, BRB. Alright, I just noticed my dashboard's got a couple new buttons on it. I gotta figure out what those are. I know if something got goofy with the new timeout settings, or the warning settings. But, alright. I also forgot if they said this was a few hours earlier or later, but, no, I don't recognize them.
You'll have to enlighten me.
This is Dr. Vargas, the Central Operations Coordinator.
You seem thrilled.
There's no need to be quite like that.
Yeah, chill your shit.
I am not widely recognized. Perhaps indicates how successful we are.
Yes,
Oh?
you're right, Father.
Vargas? Dr. Eduardo Vargas?
Quite so, Dr. Lau.
Got some
What brings you
cheese,
from the
sorry.
Fulcrum
Was
Tower,
hungry.
sir?
A most grave matter, I'm afraid. One I believe you specifically to be most suited to handle.
Okay.
Shall I, Father?
Please do, Galadea.
Central, I believe the audio EM capture system in this room to be faulty. Please run a deep diagnostic on the system.
Certainly, Miss Vargas. Beginning scan.
We have perhaps 2 minutes until the diagnostic cycle is complete.
Aha!
Dr. Lau, have you heard of a gentleman by the name of Baxter?
Baxter was the guy who fucked over our partner, right?
Dr. Adam Baxter, convicted murderer?
And a brilliant engineer in his time.
Yes, I've heard of him. My partner had a history with him. His parole hearing and eventual release really got to Dr. Regis.
Quite so. Poor Viksha. I don't think Charlie ever got over it. And unfortunately, it appears that he's taking things into his own hands.
I still feel like it can't be that obvious, but anyway, you know Regis?
Have a connection to Regis as well?
Quite so. He worked for me in a research team. As
Okay.
did Baxter in the same project.
And Viksha Regis.
Precisely. We lost half of the team in one fell swoop that day.
Dr. Lau, when did you last see Dr. Regis?
Last night, before Central went
Oh,
into-
because they lost the guy for doing the thing and Victor for dying.
Found dead in his workplace.
Wait, what?
Oh, no. Oh, Charlie.
Then who's making the calls?
Share your concern, Dr. Lau.
Central believes Dr. Regis to be the most likely suspect.
Oh, no, okay. He was set up for it.
Unable to provide oversight during the siege.
And he had no shortage of motive.
That's what I thought earlier, was somebody who was maybe using Baxter's number. But it wasn't him. Alright, what do you want me to do?
Doesn't sound like him, though. He had other outlets, like his garden.
I don't fully agree with Central's assessment either. That is why I'm activating you on this case.
Hell yeah.
You want me to
Fuck the
investigate
computer.
Baxter's murder with my partner as the prime suspect? Isn't that a pretty serious conflict of interest?
It is within my prerogative to select agents I feel appropriate for casework.
I'm kind of worried he's not as good a guy as he's played himself up to be, but still.
Like Charlie Regis, I think that's worthwhile.
Remember that your primary
Everyone is suspicious. Frog Detective taught us that. Why'd you cut Central's feed?
Controller of Central Operations. Why would you need to cut the camera feed with a trick like that?
I apologize, but for the sake of city security,
Yeah, can't tell me. Classified, ultraviolet A, etc.
I'm glad you understand.
I might
Is this a
understand
game of paranoia?
about it.
noted, Dr. Lau.
Like the
I think
tabletop
that's
game?
enough.
That's good to hear. I'll have Galatea email the case data to you. If I can be of any further help, don't hesitate to drop by my office.
At the top of the Fulcrum Tower, make an appointment beforehand.
Diagnostic cycle of monitoring systems complete. No wetware or firmware anomalies detected. However, please ask Dr. Regis to stop obstructing the lens assembly.
I wish you luck with your work, Dr. Lau, for Regis's sake.
I feel like saying the for Regis' sake might have set it off,
She's
but
expensive. I wonder if I can persuade Regis to let us keep her. Got to wait till the AI lab have had their turn analyzing her. Then she's all mine.
I was gonna say I kind of wish we cleaned it up, but I guess probably wouldn't. Probably couldn't because it'd be tampering with the crime scene or tampering with a piece of evidence. Okay. Alright. Dr. Lau is authorized by the City Systems Administrator, Dr. Eduardo Vargas. Please find access to the investigation's case files enclosed. If you wish to discuss the case in person with the Administrator, please make an appointment beforehand. Okay.
Ow! Hey, what was that?
That's not a good sign. Max Lau. Thank you for the summary of the... Wait, does it mean Max is Lau? Or no, we're Max. I don't know what that... Is he just trying to warn us about Lau? Thank you for the summary of the so-called mindjacking investigation. It is evident that some of Dr. Regis' talent investigation has found its way to your work. Because you need to also need not also emulate his less helpful behavior patterns. Max, it doesn't matter what Mom said. I don't really understand why you did it either. But I'm not going to judge you. I miss you, and they want a minute, but Mom and Dad too. Please come home, Max. Let's see, that life it'll change you. Eddie, okay. So Eddie's, I'm guessing, our sibling. Category 4, information larceny with composite harm to health of individual targets, i.e. mindjacking. Alright. This is the case we were working on beforehand. Alright. Trigger data theft attacks. Okay, I think this is the... Yeah, we read this one before. Alright. There we go. Category homicide, breaking and entering abuse of public office. On 11 July 2087, Dr. Adam Baxter, PN 629384, was found dead by coworkers at the Vickerman Tatsumoto Telepresence Laboratory in Vittel, in Northeast Network. Cell has been contacted in case Officer Lau M activated for investigation. Baxter, Dr. Adam, former organic computing researcher for City of Newton, recently paroled from rehabilitation sentence. Suspect, Dr. Regis, spouse of Victor Regis, victim of murder by Dr. Baxter, was detected entering laboratories. Okay, so he's been in there. Alright, leaving 128 minutes later. Suspect Charles Regis has been unreachable and has historically demonstrated a high anti-civil behavior index. Such a strong motive, his apprehension for questioning is a priority. Well, I'm assigned to investigate crime scene, Vickerman Pharmaceuticals. Okay. Oh, here we go. Grey Goo incident interest 4. Cell firefighters have this afternoon been called to the Hartgill Preparatory School where the out-of-control growth of a wetware culture has resulted in what is euphemistically termed Grey Goo. We've mentioned this a few times, and I'm wondering if we're going to have to activate a Grey Goo situation to solve a problem later. Principal Andrew Matembe issued a statement on behalf of the school expressing relief that Cell has been able to control the outbreak before more damage can be done. And reiterated their policy against bringing wetware into the school. Wetware, so-called due to its gelatinous appearance, is the genericized term for a number of nanomechanical products derived from organic structures. Safeguards are in place in commercial wetware to ensure the replication of the material can only occur within secure factory conditions. Hobbyist engineers have on many occasions taken it as a challenge to breach new wetware products and reactivate the material's ability to create more of itself. Such uncontrolled growth becomes more dangerous when wetware no longer responds to chemical signals to cease its reproduction. It's believed that tampering with a recreational product was the catalyst for today's incident. While the school has been closed for repairs and decontamination, Cell has reported that 4 students have received only minor injuries and are being treated for burns and contamination. City Coordinator AI Central has stated that the mass has been deactivated and poses no further threat to lives or property within Newton. Okay. Oh wait, was there anything else I wanted to do? Alright, we still go for it. The stone looks like the food. Ugh. Expect a repeat. Alright, huh. Damn it. Okay, it goes back and forth. Alright. No, you sneaky bastard. I wanted paper. Well, I would have botched it if I took paper anyway. Okay, well, we're out of paper entirely. Damn it. I didn't even double down on that, you son of a bitch. Oh, it's the closest we've gotten yet. I doubt he's gonna answer, but we could try.
No answer.
Alright.
Dr. Lau, please continue your investigation of the murder of Dr. Baxter. Your involvement has been requested by the...
I was wondering if maybe they, maybe it had input. Okay, we did that, yeah.
The desk terminals don't have enough bandwidth, so I made a few modifications. All strictly professional.
It is nice to get her point of view on it, at least.
I've already got it set up just right.
Okay. Can't use his. Oh, can we check his desk?
Sorry, Regis. There's nothing in here.
Okay. Alright, if there's any doubt you might be on the screens more quickly through your own wiring. Okay.
A physical photograph. The team.
Oh, I wasn't even expecting that. Okay, Nina. That's Baxter. So we don't even know what it looks like. Know what he looks like. Eduardo. Wait, so we lost half the team. What was the other half? We lost Baxter, obviously, and yeah, Vishka. Vicky. And that's us. Oh, I guess he left the team, so. Eduardo. I don't know who Gwen is either. So Nina and Gwen are mysteries.
He's probably the only person I know who'd want his picture on paper. I guess defacing a digital one just isn't the same. A physical photo. Regis is...
Okay.
Got to wait till the AI lab.
Okay, we can't goop that. Goop is probably somewhere else. Okay. Probably put this chapstick down. Yeah, Fulcrum Tower, they said we would need an appointment, so...
Wow, that's a lot of green. Excuse me.
Great, they finally sent someone.
Oh, that's one of the others in the photo.
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
What do you do here?
I'm the supervisor for the telepresence factoring labs. Most of it's automatic. I just make sure it's all running like it should.
Look at the little bot just spraying. That's cute.
It's a lousy job most of the time. TP is where management sticks people they don't want in public-facing roles.
Oh.
Happy with it?
For the last few years, my career has been one disaster after another. I'm just glad it's plateaued into some kind of stability.
Alright, what's happened?
What happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We
That's
tried to
weird.
call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer.
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
Maybe he's not as dead in there as they thought.
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
What's this place for?
Purpose of this lab? Plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence.
Toilet
There's
paper.
a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
But in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone in the EU needs research done on something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here and we carry out the testing.
What sort
Okay.
of research?
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Gee, thanks. Why would people want new flowers?
Sometimes it's a drug delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot
Oh, it's tobacco.
begins its life as engineered fruit too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Copy protection in plants? Ouch.
It's like Monsanto gone amok. Alright, who else works here?
Yourself. Who else works in this laboratory?
There's my intern, Martin Meester, operates the factoring line. If you meet him, it's easy to see why they put him in here. And until recently, there was Dr. Baxter.
Tell me about Mr. Neester.
He came over from Eurofed on a study program.
Okay.
He's young. I guess we're all like that in our youth.
Good colleague?
He's all right. He got on board with that annoying Maladist trend.
What's a Maladist trend?
Follow instructions, so I let him get on with it.
Is visa still active?
Dr. Lau, we do not employ undocumented illegals in this lab.
Just have to check. I'm sure you understand. Tell me about Dr. Baxter.
Oh, he was bad enough to work with in the 60s. As part of his parole,
That's the
governor
2060s.
in his head. Since then, it's like talking to a badly written synthetic.
You don't care for him a great deal,
That man killed Vicky. Frankly, he deserved what he got.
but you still work with him.
He worked for me. It was another part of his parole. Vickerman's management persuaded centralized government that his skills were going to waste in prison.
That's kind of the point.
Him supervised by someone who knew him. Hence, they dragged my sorry ass in.
What did you have him doing?
He organized the specimen bank. It's the kind of thing we could just leave him at for hours on end. Days, sometimes. Really, it could have just been done by the facility's AI, but I had to give him something.
Otherwise, you'd have to talk to him.
Exactly.
What do you think happened?
Mind? What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. You know what I think? I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Hell yeah.
Say that.
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Dollar Stone says he was dead when
Something's strange.
Regis came in.
We keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
Yeah, Regis probably came in, found him dead, and was like, oh, fuck, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
It'd be Charlie.
Okay. Also, they mentioned cloning's possible, so I'm wondering if they cloned him? at some point? Alright.
You knew Regis as well.
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
You've apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter, too. I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Hell yeah.
He did it, though.
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Oh. I didn't realize he was a veteran.
His escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
Oh. What are you working on?
Preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens
I
out.
love her. What's wrong with the samples?
Samples.
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes.
Okay.
These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch.
I didn't quite hear it, but
Non-binary. Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My
I was
web
thinking about trying to explain.
the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file. He's used the DNA to store information.
Okay, so he recorded something here, so he did do this thing.
The two samples only make up a third of the data, but M and L, my initials? This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks. How long
Cool.
would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
Okay. Remind me how the sampling works?
How do I build more of the message?
You've got to use the sampling tool to get DNA from the plants around the lab. The sampler can take 3 readings before it needs to be reloaded. In some areas of the lab, the atmospheric controls will prevent the reading being taken.
That's good to know.
Apparently, he wants me to find certain samples. I've got to think about where I'm going to find them.
Darn right. We've got a whole lot of A right now.
Alright. Talking about Vargas?
With Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter. Did you also work for Dr. Vargas?
That Papa's ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him.
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics.
Oof.
Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we ended up making, it was actually never mind.
Oh, do we make bioweapons, huh? Where's this?
What happens in the specimen bank?
It's where the samples of plants and growth matrices are stored. There's a huge library of subjects to work with, natural and man-made.
And that's where Baxter worked?
Yeah, it's not exactly taxing. I wanted to see what he could do since they put a governor in him.
You left him to work alone in there?
I'll be honest, he was not a pleasant man to talk to.
I wonder why Regis hid a message inside the DNA of these plants.
DNA's been used as a data storage medium before. Rather than on-off binary,
Okay.
DNA would be quaternary bits.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Guanine,
That makes sense.
cytosine. If he just left a message on one of the systems, though, or even on paper,
Could be intercepted.
Someone could have destroyed or erased it. Short of burning down the entire lab, they'd have no way to be sure they destroyed a message hidden like this.
especially since he scrambled so many of the other samples as camouflage.
He needs to make sure it's found. And based on the layout, he wants me to find it.
Okay. Any other samples you know of?
Anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have
How handy.
a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the growth lab and
Orchids of some sort.
can't remember exactly which specimen the other was. I do remember that it had
Blue flowers. Okay.
spiny toxic leaves
Toxic.
that produced large round fruit.
Blue flowers, large round fruit.
Why didn't the facility's CI detect Baxter's vitals suddenly failing? It's a potentially hazardous environment in here.
We were wondering that as well. This afternoon, we noticed the monitoring system in the sample lab was in recursion. All hell broke loose when the CI suddenly realized what had happened.
So either you've got a technical fault with the software or wetware interfacing,
Which is unlikely given how much they cost.
Or someone breached the security systems to cover Baxter's murder.
Probably.
Regis would have no idea how to do that.
Alright,
What sort of research were you conducting in the 60s?
You
it's
mean
classified, probably.
you might not believe it, but we were the people.
Oh no.
Central? The city governing AI
That
center?
could be another reason why he
Newton
doesn't
was
trust
looking
it.
for a coordinator AI. Vargas put together a team, including the new Mr. and Mrs. Regis.
Luke, me. Regis never mentioned anything about this.
It wasn't a happy memory for him. He left after the unpleasantness. We finished the project a few months later.
Huh. Might explain why he hates Central's guts.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
Okay. I want to save real quick. I want to see if we can't adjust the audio here. Here we go. There we go. Cool. Music here just got a little overpowering. Okay, that's our exit.
It's the console for sequencing DNA data from specimens. I need to bring samples back here to see if more of Regis's message is hidden in them.
So with that one orchid she mentioned, and then we need blue flowers. That's a large round fruit.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Alright, so then we just gotta find the orchid. Is this Neaster?
Unconventional. Kids these days. Oh god, I sound like Regis. Hi there.
The barber envies your good fortune.
What? Okay.
My name's Dr. Max Lau. I'm a cell case specialist.
An evil engine of desire wrapped within a rude message.
He speaks in poetry.
You're not making any sense.
What time do we think we want it to be?
Are you alright?
12-year-old question. John Gol, anyone? I said John Gol.
Can I get your name?
I hear taxi drivers make the best coffee.
Okay.
Who are you?
Get your name?
Oh, yes.
The clear star that is yesterday wants to set things right.
Okay. What's your role at this facility?
I don't think we're gonna get much out of him, but
Eyes ahead. What with the future yet to come?
Uh-huh. What happened here?
Whenever the teacher told you the shortest way,
I see. I give up.
when do you offer a mechanical holiday?
thanks, buddy. Alright, let's see what we can actually look at here.
He looks... Oh,
Specimens the play I was working on, up to
didn't
Lux.
realize that engineering was done with so much tape and wrenching. I can't figure out what any of these tools are for.
Plant tools.
The way out. The way out.
I feel like I might switch up what the answers are each time. Oh.
God. What a mess.
Oh. Head explode.
It's a drone that runs back and forth on rails. Must be what they use to store and retrieve samples in here.
So we gotta look up the sample of that orchid.
Update Central.
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly dead.
Got him.
He's been decapitated, and not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More
That's what I said.
At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death. Nothing unusual found on the body, Central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing. What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand.
Okay.
Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Blau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook.
A physical
Okay, so Gwen was the nickname.
Hey.
Okay, I guess we could try the console. It was Orchidea something. Brassica. Or was the Han Republic one? Enemy weaponization targeted pollinating insects. Yeah. So they are working to bring stuff out of extinction. That's cool. Drugs, climate survivability. Cuboid trees. They're making Minecraft trees. Carpet weed, fruity mechanism. Okay, robust crop. Thought it was Orchidaceae. Can get out of it?
Nothing unusual found on the body central.
What is your...
There's too much we don't know. We can't... Don't say... I understand.
Same thing.
I hope I can...
There was this guy up here too, we didn't get to look up. That's small round fruit, okay.
Warning. Security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab. Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
Okay, we might need to do a little hacking. Oh.
Excuse me, Dr. Chigwa?
Make it quick, I'm busy.
These are,
I tried
there we
talking to
go.
your intern. It wasn't helpful.
Oh, never mind that. He's got aphasia.
Isn't that treatable?
Oh, yes. He just gave it to himself. It's what the kids are into.
Okay.
Crippling neurological disorders?
Yes and no. Maladism.
That's what oh, I get it, maladies.
It only lasts about a week each time.
And you let him do that?
He's not public facing, and as long as it doesn't get in the way of his work. I figure we all did things the old folks thought were stupid back when we were kids.
Alright, how can I fix it?
Ask Meester about the tampered specimens. How do I cure his aphasia?
Well, you wouldn't really cure it. He doesn't actually have the disease. It's essentially
Okay, we gotta hack into him.
and Broca regions of the brain.
Fair enough.
Then produces the symptoms of the disease. That's what they're going for.
I can't wait a week for the wetware to break down.
Find a way to break it down early then. If we've got an emergency contamination, we use hydroxypyruvate isomerase. It's an enzyme that instructs the fabricators in wetware to disassemble themselves.
Okay, so we gotta find that stuff.
I can't get into the airlock.
The airlock and the growth lab are secure areas. We grow potentially hazardous organisms beyond those doors.
I'm trying to conduct an investigation here. Don't make me get a warrant from Central.
I'm sorry, Central would likely agree with us. We can't just give anyone access to the growth lab.
Not even a cell agent?
I'd need a pretty damn good reason.
Have you found anything else with added genetic data?
As a matter of fact, I have. There was a batch of Orchidaceae isotria in the
Yeah.
growth lab.
Growth lab, that's the lab we need to get into. Okay.
I can't remember exactly.
I'm pretty sure we got the blue one.
I do remember that it had blue flowers, spiny toxic leaves, and produced large round fruit.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure we got that one already. Okay.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll...
They look important.
Georgie promised a blow by blow.
All right. I won't touch them.
This one will probably give me the same result.
Warning. Vicar.
Can we goop him?
Wetware's not going.
Okay. Wait. L and M, right? M Lao? We would probably need the letter A. Yeah, 2 letter A's, an X and an O. The O is the Orchidaceae. And we need, let's find out what this sample is. That way we'll know what other letters we need. And that'll tell us what we need to get after that. That's gotta be it.
I have no... This is the kind of thing that'd take a cram course in trans ed.
Okay. Identified, okay.
There's some more.
That's right. So we need an A, an X.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message before I get...
So we need an A, an X, and an O. And like I said, the O is probably in the growth lab. That's the only X, so that's definitely one. Stream of file found on asteroids and comets. X already grows dangerously quickly in our atmosphere.
Huh. It won't let me take a sample from this one. I guess it needs to have grown a bit first.
Okay. Gotta find some place to grow it.
What is this stuff? Better trans up some data on it.
One of the only known examples of extraterrestrial life, X-Tizard was first discovered in Tizard's Comet in 2055 by the R3 survey probe mission. Similar in many respects to the terrestrial fungi, this is believed by some to be an example of convergent evolution and panspermia by others. In any case, its extremely rapid growth in Earth's atmosphere possesses severe ecological risks. While it is highly sought after for study, samples are closely controlled, posing an obstacle to research. To prevent accidental germination, this organism is stored as a growth matrix, growing only in carefully controlled laboratory environments. This, like the growth lab, alright, helps to reduce the risk of what some have termed the most mundane alien invasion imaginable. Blech. Okay, so we've got 6 A's, which is annoying. Yeah. Okay. They are weaponization, fatal consumption side effects, European climate, alright. Contraceptive abortifacient. Why would you need a... Well... If people know there's a contraceptive in their food, that's fine. But if they're trying to sneak it in there, it's weird. So extinction. Well, I guess we can grab 3. Oh, that's why he sent me the email too. All right. I can't sample the oven. All right. Nope. Just grab all the A's.
I've taken a DNA.
Okay. Hope.
I've taken it.
Number 3. Hup.
I've taken a DNA.
Well, you get to look at the floating drone. Finally controlled mist over delicate specimens. Alright, we'll plonk these in there.
Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that one. Looks like...
Okay. Try the second 3.
I've taken it.
That should be all the A's then.
I've taken it.
Console 3. Alright.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. There we go. So it was the first of the other 3.
Looks like...
According to this, he's been dead for only 12 days. On his case. Good luck.
Dead for 12 days?
I'm going to need to find where...
Alright, we can't use the ladder, doesn't look like. Okay.
Better not.
Okay, it's just the overall holder item for the,
Warning, security clearance not.
Come on.
New security profile created.
Thanks, buddy.
Access granted. Welcome, Dr. Lau.
Thanks. The way out. Better to have it.
That's probably got the stuff we need to use on the guy.
Be useful. Looks like a lot of cartridges for the injector.
Don't need epinephrine. I forget what she said breaks down the stuff. Once we check on that, we're good to go. Alright.
I need to
Well, it's just this.
I can't wait.
Find a way to. If we've got an emergency contamination.
Hydroxypyruvate. Okay, I thought it was isomerase.
Is that
Cool.
all?
For now.
Then if you.
I know I could use the airlock out there, but I feel like I'd get a weirder look from her if I use that door. Anything else to look at?
They're pretty serious about preventing
Preventing contamination. Okay, oh,
They've
pipes.
got these pipes everywhere. Nothing happened.
Okay.
Looks like a lot.
Maybe I gotta use that to... Okay, it auto-loaded it for me. Alright, so we're looking for an orchid.
Hey, this one's empty.
Okay, so we can grow the funky stuff in there.
These don't look like any of the others in here.
There we go. Orchidaceae, Isotria. Got it. Alright, we need the sampler. Hup.
I've taken a DNA sample from. These don't look like.
Yeah, we're right. Okay, cool. It's that right hand one. Beta vulgaris. Okay.
There, I've planted the growth matrix. Let's hope I got Mom's green fingers. I don't think I... I only just...
Oh, I gotta wait. Alright, let's drop this DNA in the thing and then see if it's grown by the time we come back.
Warning,
Excuse me?
You are not authorized to remove orchid data. They are copyrighted property of Typho
Of
Labs,
course.
MBH. Beginning purge.
Hey, my sample! What did you do?
To prevent theft of intellectual property, gene sequences in your... Have a nice day.
Gee, thanks. Nothing happened.
So somehow I gotta disable the sprayer system. Of course it's not that easy.
Oops. I don't think I can fix it. That's not.
Oh, that definitely exponentially grew.
sample from it. I hope it doesn't grow in my pocket. I'd better not. I've tranced too many horror sims that start that way. Eesh, no wonder this stuff's labeled eco-hazard. Give it a few weeks, it could probably eat the whole planet.
I feel like maybe we should tell someone about that, but... So let's get the scan on this stuff.
Yes!
According to this, he's been dead for not anything in the module. On his case. Good luck.
I'm going to need to find...
Alright. We have a chat about things growing crazy, like. Alright, Hope.
Have you found...
There was a batch of...
And...
I do spot and predict...
Take care of that, okay.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you...
Let's try doing Easter real quick.
Wondrous all lies ahead. What with the future yet to come?
Really? How interesting.
Beached questions, you injector?
Say that again?
Overpass, did you stick me with an injector?
Okay.
Get my aphasia rechapped. Not cool, man.
Whatever, nerd. Alright. Oh, there's an achievement for getting it with the right stuff the first try.
Excuse me.
Yeah?
Instead of injecting it with everything in the cabinet.
I'm CS Dr. Lau. I've been tasked with this investigation.
Martin Easter. I've been tasked with the factory lab.
You work with Dr. Chigwa?
I work for Chikwa. I'm just the intern. Means
Fair enough.
I get stuck with all the lousy jobs she won't do.
That's internship.
I was an intern
Yep.
once.
So, what's CS? You a detective?
Case specialist. So, yes, I guess you could say that.
Cool.
Okay, what happened here?
I'd like to hear from you what happened.
So, we came in this afternoon for the late shift, right? I checked on the factoring line, and it turns out the specimens are nuked up.
In what sense?
They don't match the catalog anymore. Not that they're supposed to be.
Okay.
Nuked it up again, so I checked the feed.
That's when you found the body?
Yeah, but Chigwa won't let me get a look. Told me to get back to work while she called Sal. Hey, can I get a look at the body with you?
I'm afraid not. Official procedure and stuff.
Bummer.
Okay.
Why did you go and give yourself aphasia?
Not just that. There are loads of syndromes. It's maladies, man.
Aren't diseases like that dangerous, though?
It's not permanent, man. We ain't stupid. What
The eye roll graphic was perfect for that. I love that.
Which you went and broke. Gee, thanks.
Sorry about that. In any case, they're temporary then.
Exactly.
I still don't get it.
What's the deal
What's the hook for
with that disease?
You old folk never get things like MD.
Old?
Most of these syndromes are diseases that are completely curable. They just don't happen. Society says no to them.
So it's countercultural? An act of rebellion?
Exactly. Diseases like that make the establishment uncomfortable. They don't want it to be a part of their society.
This was made pre-pandemic, so that, I guess the basic anti-vax movement was already getting its legs by that point.
Like that or what shapes society. The Black Death made Europe what it is.
Gotta appreciate
For a lot of us, it's also about who's hardest.
Oh.
Posers go for little things like botulism or influenza. But you know someone's got real nose on them if they can stand a month with
Please tell me we get another eye roll out of him. I gotta get a screenshot of that. What other diseases have you tried?
Other diseases have you tried?
Loads of them. Parkinson's. Last month, it was Hansen's disease.
Wait, leprosy?
Yeah, if you're a Zift, Hansen's is the real name.
Sounds like quite a selection.
That's why I came to study in Newton. Eurofeds just started
Pressing the button for the screenshot advanced the text, though, which is kind of annoying.
banning it.
Oh well.
Newton's where it's at for it. You guys are a lot cooler about what you let people do.
On an individual basis, certainly. That's pretty much the founding philosophy here.
Mitz, I literally fed you before the stream. You're fine.
Dr. Chigwa tells me that some of the specimens have been tampered.
Oh yeah, I found one of those. Man, couldn't they have just killed the guy without messing up my work?
Jesus, I love this guy, but...
A Corsair Brasiliara.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we would have gotten the name of it from him. Okay.
I just sent it back to the specimen lab. Should be there in the sample store.
I need to remove the Orchidaceae isotria sample from the growth room. Thing is, the airlock told me it was copyrighted, then blasted me with gas.
Yeah, that one belongs to Tifu. They're way touchy about it. Only lab staff are able to remove it for factory.
Okay.
Could you get the sample for me?
Hey, no way, man. I'm already on 2 strikes for taking stuff out of the lab.
So you could, but you won't.
Sorry, man. Jake already thinks I'm stealing stuff. There's a huge street market for things like spark fruit or cracked...
Yeah, the spark fruit said it was a drug, right? Yeah, alright.
Hey, the pipes in the growth lab are leaking.
Ah, Yoken. Again? Better go fix it before Chigwa starts yelling.
Maybe if he's in there when... Maybe if we both come out at the same time, we'll be fine. I'm gonna go for it. Oh. We got like a minute till ad, so hopefully I can do it in the next 50 seconds or so. It was the far left one, right? Yeah.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Okay.
Yeesh. No wonder this... Give it a...
Oh, wait, put it in the toolbox.
You better not lose it.
Alright, and then the toolbox should be sitting out here when we get back out. So I'm going to stand there and we'll let the ad run, and I'll be right back to retrieve my goodies. BRB. That's all squared away. Through a retreat to get everything off my back. Alright, anyway, back to retrieving our DNA samples.
I can't figure out...
Okay, can we talk
Excuse
anything
me.
else?
Yeah.
How do you get the...
Do young people
There we
get
go.
getting sick these days?
It's a lot harder, but that shows it's a choice. We use wetware to create symptoms, like the aphasia. The wetware I had for that was programmed to lodge in the Broca and Wernicke regions of the brain.
So it's not really Broca's aphasia.
Same symptoms though.
You'd buy wetware nodes from shops?
Nah, find hobby GG programmers through the trends. They're always looking to sell. It's like a contest. They're always releasing new syndromes, competing with each other. You looking to get into it?
Not really my scene, thanks.
Okay, talk to your coworkers?
She's a hard ass, but she knows what she's doing. Kinda thinks she feels wasted working here.
What can you tell me about Dr. Baxter?
Not much. He only started here a couple of weeks ago. Chigwa dropped him in the specimen lab and kinda left him here.
She neglected him?
Nah, he just barely left. Could have been a workaholic, but I think he just couldn't focus on anything else.
Did he ever talk about his past with you?
Man, he didn't even talk to me, period, about anything.
Alright.
What's your personal opinion of Dr. Baxter?
He didn't talk much. One yoked up guy. Chigwa told me he'd been released from jail. Looked like he had a governor in his head.
That's correct. It affected his behavior?
I guess they're recognizable visually somehow.
That Malkin was like a zombie. One time, I dropped the whole sample tray in his lab. Anyone else would have yelled at me. He started to get mad, then looked just about ready to puke.
The governor inhibited
Oof.
violent thought. He'd been serving a murder sentence.
Oh, no way. Who'd he whack?
That's confidential.
Man.
Also, incredibly rude way to ask that.
Remind me, what was that specimen you found?
Jeez, what are you, senile? It was a Corsair Brasiliara.
I think there might
Okay, we can get to tell somebody.
I kinda, sorta planted that xenofungus from the growth matrix.
Oh, awesome. That stuff is hella toxic. Nukes
Glad we didn't touch it.
nothing else.
Glad we didn't touch it.
Usually upbeat about environmental catastrophes.
Nah, man, it's cool. This shit happens all the time. Management gives us time off whenever they run Beacon.
Okay.
Alright, I'll let you get back to your job.
Uh-huh. Whatever.
Alright, let's finish this out.
Aha! Got some.
That should be the whole file.
Lau, if you're listening to this, well, it means they've got me.
Oh no, Regis, no, no, no.
But Lau, ignore anything left in the recording up to this point.
Huh?
Sorry for being so unhelpful with the message, but I had to be sure you were the one who heard it first. Everyone will be saying that I came to the lab to, well, for Baxter, and they might be right. Except that he's been dead since before I got here.
Yes!
We need to touch bases on this case. Meet me where we were both first involved in a case. I'll try to explain when you get here. Good luck.
Oh, thank God. You've got some explaining to do, Regis.